Hello everyone and welcome to Victoria's Cantina. Today we're having a look at the Hasbro Star Wars The Force Awakens 3 3/4 inch scale Rey in Resistance outfit. Alright you guys, so looking here at the packaging, you can see that we are dealing with the same style packaging for The Force Awakens, and it's pretty cool that we're finally getting another version of Rey in the 3 3/4 inch 5-point of articulation line. Packaging looks pretty cool overall. I still dig the overall look of it. You can see down here that there's an image of Rey, and it looks enough like her, I suppose. She looks a little young there. And then the figure itself is nicely shown there in the packaging. At the very back, we get a look here at some other figures in the lineup, and then it tells you how to do the combine a weapon aspect, figure's weapon. And we have Han Solo, the Hask Thug, and then Rey. And it says, Rey Resistance Outfit. Rey is a resilient survivor, a scavenger toughened by a lifetime of dealing with the cutthroats of the harsh desert world of Jakku. So I'm going to go ahead and get Rey out of the box, and then we'll take a closer look and see what she's like. All right, you guys, and here is Rey out of the packaging. Yes, I really did just call her Rey. And overall, I mean, she looks pretty good. There's not a whole lot of detail there, but I guess she looks decent enough. They certainly seem to have gotten the proportions down correctly. I have no doubt that this figure is based off a digital model, and it really shows because you do lose a lot of the detail that you often get when sculpts are handcrafted. The silhouette, though, looks good. It is pretty movie accurate, and she comes with a few accessories. Give you a close-up here of her head, and I mean, it looks okay. It looks like Rey, I guess, but the paint is just a little bit wonky. Like, her eyes are just like this very weird light brown color. She almost looks like a Twilight vampire, I think would be the best way to describe it. The eyes are just too much of like a light reddish brown, and it just doesn't work all that well here. Not to mention, they seem to be a little bit off from where they should be painted. It looks like they're a little bit too low. By all means, it's not a terrible likeness. It just doesn't look like all that great. I mean, I think it's mostly the paint, though, because the sculpt looks pretty decent. The hair is pretty accurate to the film. Rest of the body, her costume is pretty nice. I do like it better than her traditional Jakku sort of packaging that she wears in most of the film. What I don't really like about this costume, though, is that they kept the boots. I mean, how long has she had those boots? And she wore them in the desert on Jakku. I mean, why not change your boots? Just a little nitpick of mine, but I would have changed the boots to something a little more combat-ish. But it is what it is. I mean, it's sculpted pretty nicely. In the movie, I don't think there was a whole lot of texturing to that particular vest. And, I mean, it looks like they replicated it pretty well. It did look a little bit stiff in the film. And then she's got those gauntlets on her forearms. She's got an undershirt. And then her holster here for her blaster that she now carries. And then her pants. Some knee guards right there, and of course the boots. She still got the capris on like she had on Jakku, very interestingly. And the whole coloration of the figure for her outfit is the same as the Jakku costume, so pretty interesting. In the way of articulation, Rey has a ball joint here at the head, and she does get a pretty good range of movement as far as going down, up. She goes up a little bit. Side to side is quite good. She's got swivels at both of her shoulders, and then she's got swivels at both of the hips, and they don't go a full 90 degrees. They kind of just go about there. I think they should have gone a little bit more, just in case you wanted to put her in the Millennium Falcon, but I guess it's decent enough. So Rey does come with a tiny little blaster pistol, and of course this is the one that Han Solo gave her, and the figure does have a holster, so if you wanted to stow the weapon in the holster, you could do that. Just slide it right in, and it fits in like a glove. Beautiful. She also comes with her lightsaber, which is the same as Luke's in Empire Strikes Back, with a very slight difference. They pretty much washed out a whole lot of the detail from the sculpt, so you can't really notice what the difference would have been from Luke's lightsaber in Empire. But for the most part, they got it down. The overall look of it is definitely there. There's not a little flare here where the blade comes out from the hilt. It seems like they're kind of moving away from that after doing them since 2002. The blade itself is a pretty nice shade of blue. It's actually a little bit bent. You can kind of see there due to the way it was in the packaging, I guess. I mean, it looked okay to me in the package, but it's obviously a little bit bent. Rey also comes with a staff, and this is very similar to the staff that she carried in the film. However, it has been modified so that you can put it together with a combine a weapon pack-in that it comes with, which kind of sucks because this little piece right here is permanently attached to her staff, so you can't have her just holding it as a regular staff. And then the combine a weapon piece is just this little gun sort of thing, and the way that it's meant to work is that you take her staff and you just like connect it to the gun part of it right there. This is just silly. For this, I really wish they would have given us more articulation, and to add insult to injury, she can't really even hold it because her hands are tiny, and once you do get it in, it's like she just like drops it. Wow. And then I'll compare the staffs for you right here. This is the one that came with the first 3 3/4 inch 5-point of articulation Rey, and this is the new one. And I like the overall aesthetic of the new one better. It's just too bad that it's connected to that stupid little thing right there because, you know, she can't have just a regular staff. Give you a little comparison here with the previous release. And overall, I do think that the new one looks a little bit more like Daisy Ridley, but it's a very slight difference. I think that the proportions are also a little bit nicer on the new one. The eyes are definitely painted nicer on this one here, but you know, I think if you get a perfect sample of this version, then it's probably going to look pretty nice. It's just too bad that they couldn't paint the new one as nicely as they did the original. Now, she does hold the lightsaber quite well, but she is a little bit hard to stand at the same time because you'll see that I have her upper body just kind of leaning over just a little bit. And that's just because her feet, I don't know, they're just a little bit strange. And you would expect that with a 5 POA figure that, you know, something like this shouldn't be an issue, but it kind of is. All right, ladies and gentlemen, so there you have it. This is the Hasbro Star Wars The Force Awakens 3 3/4 inch scale Rey in Resistance outfit. Overall, you guys, it's an okay figure. I do like it a little bit better than the original release. It is nice to have a Rey figure in this outfit. I hope they also tackle a 6-inch version of her with this outfit and with the lightsaber and blaster. It could have been better. They could have painted it a little bit more nicely. She should have been a little bit easier to stand. But by and large, it's a passable figure. And for that reason, I'm going to go ahead and give it a 7 out of 10. I do like the lightsaber. I like that she can hold it. Though if she was super articulated, it would have been nice to have gotten her to hold it in 2 hands. The blaster is quite nice. It's very small, but it fits very nicely into her holster. I do think that if they would have packed in an extra lightsaber hilt that was not lit, that would have been very cool. Her staff, along with the combine a weapon pack-in, is just stupid. And something I really hope that Hasbro moves away from, you know, in the future, because these pack-ins are just ridiculous. I have a little box of them, and I have no idea what to do with them. They're terrible. If you like Rey, and really who doesn't, then I think you are going to want to have this figure in your collection. It'd be nice if Hasbro did do, again, a 6-inch version or also a super articulated 3 3/4 inch version in their Black Series line, but I'm not really holding my hopes up too high for that. So this is a pretty decent figure. I am glad to have it, but again, it could have been so much better than it actually turned out. I got my Rey on Amazon.com for $7.99, and she should be hitting retail about now. All right, my friends, if you enjoyed this video, then I do encourage you to please like and subscribe. Let me know down in the comments what you think about Rey and whether or not you're planning on picking her up. Be sure and follow me on Facebook and Twitter. And as always, I want to thank you for watching Victoria's Action Figure Cantina. Until next time, bye-bye.